Hi everyone, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about this interesting succulent that I have had in my home for over 10 years. It's never bloomed, but now it's decided to shoot up a blossom. It hasn't done it yet, but you can see how it's spiking up. This is the Manfreda Mangave Bloodspot succulent. And what happened was I had it in one of my other rooms where I wasn't probably getting as much lighting, so I put it in my south facing window that was getting quite a bit of sun, and it just started to spike up this little flower. It's coming. It's just started to grow this stalk, and I can see the blossoms right here. I went online and did some research on this plant, and a couple things I didn't really like to see, but there was some conflicting info, so I don't know for sure what's going to happen with it. So you can see it in this pot. It's been in this pot for so long that it's kind of restricted it from growing too big, but it's going to be really fun to share with you once this actually blooms. It has raised one pup, which means another plant alongside it. And I don't know, I don't think it's going to grow any more babies, but I don't know this for sure. So we're going to get in close. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more so you can kind of see it up close. And I thought it'd be just kind of fun to share it today. So I posted on my garden website a few years back about this plant, and I just kind of want to share it with you. It's a beautiful succulent. It has one of the best colors, but as I can see, the colors, usually some red coloring through the leaves, and it really doesn't have too much of that. I can see where it has some spots, but I don't see, the darkening of the color. It's not there. This bloodspot succulent was introduced in 2008. It forms a symmetrical clump of thick blue leaves peppered with cranberry spots. And as you can see, you don't see the cranberry spots, and it'd be so attractive if we had it. The leaves are outlined with maroon edges that terminate in a small spine. These are very prickly. You've got to be careful. And also there's the spine right along here. As you can see, the edges, ouch, they do hurt. I've touched them a few times. But do not see the burgundish coloring at all, and that just could be for a number of reasons. But all in all, the plant's pretty healthy. Low water usage is winter hardiness 25 to 30 degrees, hardy in zones 10 and higher outdoors. Those zones lower can bring indoors, which I did. I brought indoors and use as a house plant. And it has worked really well as a house plant. I haven't done much to this plant at all. It's a beautiful succulent and would be a great addition to anybody's succulent gardens, indoors or outdoors. Unique coloring, which I hope you can keep the coloring. I just have been unable to keep the coloring. Why, I do not know. It just could be I haven't fertilized it. All I basically do is water every couple weeks, and that's kind of all I've done. Maybe it's our lighting. Maybe it was in too low a lighting. This is a great plant for containers. And like I said, I kept it in a smaller pot, where it kind of restricted the growth. So I want to get a little bit closer here and show you the bud. Right there, I believe. Yes, there's the bud. And I do see a little bit of patches of a little darker color on this long flower stalk here. I'm going to measure it, see how long it is. Looks to be about 9 inches, 9.5, 10 inches long. Again, what caused this to force this to bloom? I can't say other than I moved it. And I guess I have been feeding it with a little fertilizer that I feed the rest of my plants with. Maybe that's why it started to shoot up a flower stalk. Anybody got any guesses of what color this is going to be? Can't wait to show it to you. So keep watching. One more thing I will say is when I researched this online, it said that the parent plant may die. One other person said theirs was still living. This is an interspecific hybrid between a Manfreda and an agave. That's something if you wanted to know. They do kind of look like an agave plant. I wanted to give you a close-up of the spines. And definitely they are sharp. So you have to really watch it when you brush up against it. So here's the one pup that offset that it produced. It's the only one, and it looks so much like an agave. It almost looks like it reverted back because there's no color on this one either. It still is a nice little succulent to have in the south side indoors in my home. So today is May 20th. Still waiting for a bloom. It's budding out nicely, but this thing has grown to 24 inches. Look at the bud. Granted, this wouldn't have gotten this tall if it was outside. Being indoors, things normally get a little taller. I measured it down from here on up. I sure wish that bud was a little bigger. I'm not anticipating much in a flower, but we'll see you in a little bit. Let me get you a close-up. See what it looks like. See you in a few days. June 23rd, it's really starting to bloom. Some of the blooms already have died off. So this is the blooms of the Manfreda Mangave. Look at the plant itself. The plant may die after it blooms. Looks like that may be just what is happening. I've had this plant over 10 years. Took it 10 years to bloom in the house just because I think I put it in a south window. With time, I'm probably no longer going to have this plant indoors. I do have a little baby plant that I can actually pot up later on. So it's kind of interesting. Sometimes plants do some funny things, and it's very interesting. I wasn't even looking for this to bloom, but it did. And now, after research, I just know that the plant will probably not survive. It's kind of similar to hens and chicks, where once the parent plant blooms, it dies, but it also has lots of baby chicks alongside the main plant. So this is similar, although this one did not produce a lot of pups. Just this one. July 28th, I'm looking at the Manfreda Mangave Bloodspot. It looks to me like we got some dried seeds. Let's look a little closer. So are these seeds? Can anybody tell me? As I go down the plant, we are in August, early August, and there's still ones wanting to bloom right here. As I go further down the plant, you can tell the plant looks like it's dying. I wanted to show you possible seeds I pulled off of the plant. Why I think they're seeds is because when I drop them, and they're dry, they make a noise. They sound a little heavy. So this will be fun to possibly try to grow these from seed. You know, it might be something in a future video. So I basically just let them dry on the plant, which they've done. You can see it looks like a seed, doesn't it? So I appreciate you all following me along. If you made it to the end of the video, great. That was awesome. And what do you think of the seeds? Should I start them? I might wait until maybe next winter, or I could possibly do it this fall when I have a little more time. Thanks so much for watching again. We'll see you soon on the next video. Just appreciate a thumbs up on this video. It helps me grow my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my videos, go ahead and do that right now. Hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I have new content coming on my garden channel. If you like this video, can I get a thumbs up? Hit the subscribe button, click on the notification bell to get notified of all my new video content. Thank you, and I will see you next time.